Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Come Lose It with Matt Duncan. I'm your host. My name is Matt Duncan, of course. It's in the title. That's why you're here. You're big seafood guy fans. You're big season 1 of The Boys fans, and you like to dig in deep with all the little characters, all the little Toronto actors who got a day player role where they got their head squished in and their cock grabbed by some big American star. So welcome back. You're in the right place. Oh God, welcome to fall. Welcome to fall. Sorry it's been so long since I've recorded. I know I have been trying to keep things flowing, trying to get the 2 episodes in a month. It just hasn't been happening. It's been up, it's been down. I'm still adjusting to life as a dog dad. It's starting to mellow out a bit now. He's getting a bit older, and it's not quite as crazy as the summer was. Thank fucking God that summer is over. Thank fucking Christ it's over, because that was challenging as hell. The industry is still fucked up. We've had a little bit of improvement, apparently. A couple big agencies, or one specific big agency, has decided to sign a continuance with the Actors Union, so that should mean more auditions and stuff. But that's just one. The lockout's not over. Why do I even talk about it? Nobody even knows what the fuck is going on. I had to go onto a set. I worked on the set as part of a crew. I wanted to sniff around with some director that I've worked with many times in the past to see if maybe he had any clarity on the situation. And overwhelmingly, I feel like nobody really gives a fuck about the actors. Nobody gives a fuck, and I feel like we're screwed. I do. I don't see how this is going to end. I think it's just we're going to get little wins, and there's going to be steps back. It's been 2.5 years now. 2.5 years. I'm on my way out. I can't do it anymore. D-Day is coming for my acting career. I've made the decision. It's going to happen sometime in the nearest of futures, and we'll see. I've got a Zoom audition for a TV show. That's a rarity. We'll see how that goes. Probably not well. Because, well, I've got no blood on my body. As far as acting is concerned, it's been drained. If there was a specific blood for acting, it's gone. It is. I'm tapped. I am depressed, and that is the way it's gonna be. That's the way it's gonna be. So I got a big birthday coming up, and I gotta fucking figure shit out fast because this shit ain't working anymore. It ain't waxing the joints like it used to. It's time. It's time to make a change because we don't know how much time we got left. If I'm lucky, 40 years, but maybe it's only 5 years. Maybe it's only 10. Who knows? Who fucking knows? I do love this month, though. October is my favorite month. It is my favorite goddamn month. Halloween is around the corner. I've already got the decorations up, got the lights up, got the pumpkins ready to carve. I'm watching some scary-ass movies. Trying to stick with that. Some of them are freaking me out. That's good. That's what you want. I'm going to get into this Terrifier franchise. I don't know, because I watched another movie that these guys made, and it was shit. It was low budget, and it was shit. So I don't know about this horror clown. It better be good. Better be worth the cost of my Tubi plan. Kids, Tubi's free. Okay, don't worry about it. So that's exciting. Halloween's always an exciting month. I think it's definitely my favorite month. November, fall starts to get a little shitty. The colors are gone. It's pretty bare. And you're in that weird spot in between fall and winter. And it starts to get a little annoying. Just give me winter. Just give me winter at this point, right? It's fine. You get a nice day here and there. Big news in Toronto. I can't believe this is how long I've been out from doing this podcast, but Rogers has bought out Bell. Those are the 2 big telecommunication companies in Canada, and they pretty much own the city of Toronto, especially Rogers. Now Rogers owns all of the major sports teams in Toronto. They own everything. They own the majority of MLSE. That means they own the Raptors. They own the Leafs. They own all the other teams like the Argos and TFC. And I got to say, I know I'm not doing the basketball podcast anymore. It's been a year since I dropped out of that. But this is it for Masai. There's no way Masai Ujiri will be continuing on. That is all I will say, because the fucking chair of Rogers does not like him and tried to get him out before his last extension. There is no way he's going to be extended past 2026 or maybe even want to stay, with having the owners now being majority Rogers. Oh boy, can't wait to see what that is. And I don't know what's going to happen to Bell. This is just another conceding to the competition. It feels weird, but that was a fucked up union. Let me tell you, when two competing, highly competitive companies own one big business together, that was fucking weird. It's weird how that came, but this was always the plan. Let's see how the next 10 years go, and one of us will buy the other one out, and fucking Rogers won again. God damn it. We're getting some YouTube hits. That's nice. I cleaned up the website a little bit. I removed a lot of the little buttons. You know, there's just too much. There's like, how many fingers do I got to hold to point you to where you need to go to subscribe to listen to this podcast? I put a couple of the major ones up, the ones that matter. And then there's a QR code. You can scan that and it'll take you to the rest. Okay. But we're on YouTube. There's no video. Okay. There's no video. Maybe one day there will be, but right now there's not. And we're getting some hits there, weirdly. I guess there's just so many people on YouTube that they come across it for some reason. Getting a few hits here and there, not trying to promote it there, but I'm just saying, hey, if you're one of those YouTube drones, get your ass on there. You can listen there too, no problem. P. Diddy, what's going on with P. Dids? What is going on with Puffy? Does this mean we can't watch Godzilla anymore? Can we not watch Godzilla? What does Jimmy Page think about all this? Oh my God. Remember when we were all listening to P. Diddy rapping about the Godzilla? Oh, he's in real trouble. Real trouble. He'll never get out of prison. There's no way. There's no way Dids is getting out of this one, folks. So I don't even want to waste time, and I will wait to see what happens. We've got this American election coming up next month. Oh God. I don't know. I might just have to turn off the news for 4 years. That's what I feel like. I'm like, maybe I'll just delete every single app that gives me news and never go to a news channel again for 4 years. I'll just try to avoid it. I'll just try to avoid everything. Anytime someone brings it up in conversation, I'll leave or I'll cut my ears off. One or the other. I don't know what to do. I don't know if I can handle it. If that diaper wearing, fucked up, tanned motherfucker gets in and the entire country is going to be like, we're going to be stuck listening to him. It's going to be crazy. He's going to be shitting his pants more than he ever did the first time he was in office. It's going to be just give him a toilet in the Oval Office. Just put it in there. He's the president. You can take it out when he's gone. Would he even make the whole term? I don't know. I don't fucking know. But he's going to bring McDonald's back into the White House. Good for him. That I'm proud of him for. I like that he hosted a luncheon with a football team and just had a gigantic platter of McDonald's. That's my president. Oh, never mind. A lot of hurricanes going on. Hopefully everybody's okay there. Milty. Hopefully everyone's all right in Milty. Florida, man. These people are fucking crazy. They don't want to leave. They're fucking hanging out in boats. They're just letting it the floods are coming up like to their second stories. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. A lot of people don't want to leave. I understand. You don't want to leave behind your home and come back to it being gone. It's tough. But, man, Florida, there's a different thing in the air down there. There's a different fucking thing. Fitness update. Wow. Just looking at my notes here. Fitness update. Hasn't been great. Exercise has been bad. I'm going to work out today. Try to get back. I'm getting shamed hard by the Apple Fitness app. You know, just trying to get me to get up and move and not just close your rings once or twice. Can you do that? Get the fuck up and move. I just haven't been in the mood. This has kind of been the worst fitness streak that I've had since like before the pandemic. I feel like since leaving the city of Toronto. It's been 5 years. So I got to get back on track. I got to get back on track. I hurt my back, I think at the mid-September mark or something like that. And I was like, oh, fuck, I threw it out again. I think I talked about it on the last one, didn't I? Did I not talk about my back? I think I did. Yep, back hurt again. I did talk about it. So I went away about a week and a half after I did it. And I just do the exercises. I do the ice. I ice the shit out of it, and then it goes away. Thank God. But it's touch and go. It's just something that's always going to be there. And then my fucking mom's back is all fucked up. I went to see her for her fucking birthday. Jesus Christ, what a nightmare! What a nightmare. She's like crying. It's killing her. I think she's got a haunted dead butt cheek or something. Something's going on. Not quite the same that I'm used to, but we got to work on this core. I got to tighten this core up. I got to stop eating pumpkin pie and eating all these desserts and shit. I just you get into that fuck it mentality. When you get that fuck it mode in your mind, there's no stopping the urges. Because I'm fucking tired. I want to die like a cowboy. I want to live till 41. And that's a long life. And people are like, Jesus, that's a good long life for a cowboy. But I need to learn to ride a horse. And I need to get myself a pair of cowboy boots. That's the first step before I die at 41. Trying to teetotal. I did. I took some time off booze. Booze is making me feel like shit these days. I'm not liking it. I feel like I got to get some alternative stuff going. I got to Uncle Buck it a little bit. We got to Uncle Buck that addiction. Uncle Buck the addiction. You know what he did. Went from smokes to cigars to chewing gum. You know, he had a plan. If Uncle Buck didn't die, he would have kicked nicotine. Probably by 2005 or so. So there's not much else to really say about the exercise, but hopefully I can get back on track because I'm spiraling down like Milton, baby! Health news. News that is health related. Something I want to talk about is called death. I want to talk about death. No, sorry. It's called dead butt syndrome. Dead butt syndrome. It's a real thing, and it can cause real problems. So this is something I thought my mom might have had, dead butt syndrome. I was once walking by a cemetery in South Carolina, and I got a haunted butt cheek. I think a ghost bit my ass. Because I've never had a pain like that before in my life. And it was like an old cemetery, probably had some Civil War, probably had some fucking Confederate soldiers in there, some pro-slavery ghosts in there. And it bit my ass. And it was a weird pain. It was in a strange spot. And as I got further away from the cemetery, it seemed to recede, that pain. But there is a dead butt syndrome. And that's your glutes. You know, the glutes make up your butt muscles. And if you don't work them out, if you're sitting around all day, you'll get this dead butt syndrome. And you won't even notice you have it until other stuff around you starts to go, because it's a big muscle. It's the biggest muscle in your body, the glutes. And your back will start to go, your hips, all this stuff will start to hurt. And then by that time, your ass is dead. It's a tough one for House to solve, okay? When you got a dead butt cheek. Sometimes I feel, that's why I got a standing desk. You know, I want to make sure I didn't get that haunted butt cheek again. I don't want that haunted butt cheek to be I don't want it to be permanent, okay? You got to do your squats. You got to do some lunges. If you do squats and lunges, you'll probably be fine. Standing desk, squats, lunges, your glutes are going to be absolutely fine. That butt cheek is going to stay alive, butt cheek. You ain't going to get that haunt. Okay, so that's all I want to say about that. Just I want to put that out there. You can read the article yourself, and you just want to make sure that that butt is keeping tight. Keeping friggin' tight! And the other article I want to talk about is the Body Roundness Index. Have you heard of this? You've probably heard of BMI, Body Mass Index. And that is something that measures the based on your height and your weight. It will tell you if you're obese, if you're normal, and it's very easy to be obese. And people think it's very flawed. They're not into it. And a body roundness index may be a better way to measure someone's obesity and health risk. It doesn't take weight into account, but instead is based on height and waist circumference. Because apparently, when you got fat on that abdomen, it's not good. Leads to a lot of shit. And based on your height, based on your, your waist size, what you got, what you rocking on the old, what you rocking on that old goddamn waist size, could be trouble. Could be goddamn trouble. The body mass index has been the standard way to measure body fat and by extension assess your health risk for many, many years. So how exactly does the body roundness index work? Well, what does it measure? How round the body is directly correlates with body fat distribution, especially abdominal fat or central obesity. Abdominal fat is a strong predictor of cardiac disease, diabetes, and even the risk of death. The BRI scale ranges from 1 to 16, with higher scores indicating more round body shape. The formula was developed by Diane Thomas, PhD, professor of mathematics at West Point, and first introduced into scientific literature in a 2013 study in the journal Obesity. Now, the body mass index uses height and weight, and healthcare providers may use your BMI to help determine whether your weight puts you at risk of certain health conditions. But this system has long been criticized as flawed because it doesn't factor in variables such as sex, race, age, and ethnicity. So the BRI could be a more standardized approach, and the findings support the BRI's potential as a superior alternative to BMI, predicting health risks associated with obesity, particularly abdominal obesity. So there are some drawbacks, of course, of the BRI calculation, but it seems to be a promising new way to figure out who is obese and who isn't. Because let me tell you something, if some people are heavier, they're short, they're stocky, they're working out, they've got a huge amount of muscle mass, and they'll come out as overweight, but really they're not overweight. So I do see that's always been a problem, even when I used to be a personal trainer way back in the day. And maybe it's the old BRI, the body roundness index. That's the way we're going to go forward. Who fucking knows? Okay, guys, let's try and top it off around 20 minutes today. We're going to keep the pods a little bit shorter, so maybe that I can come back and have a little more to talk about later on. But Vince Carter, the famous basketball player, the reason that there is still basketball in the city of Toronto is getting his jersey retired in Toronto. Finally, the fucking Raptors are retiring a jersey. Am I still on that basketball podcast? Why am I talking about basketball so much? This is a big deal for the city, folks. Big deal if you have a city you live in and there's a sports team that's there because of a certain player. That would be Vince Carter. And if he didn't come to the Raptors, it'd probably be the Kentucky Raptors, the Idaho Raptors, the Mississippi Raptors. Right now, they would have relocated back to America, just like the Vancouver Grizzlies. So Vince Carter's going up, man. He's going up in the rafters. I think it's deserved. Hey, it didn't end well. That franchise was a fucking mess, though. You can't blame it on Vince. Like, he's had like 7 coaches during his time there. He was only there 6 seasons. And you need to get some jerseys up there. You need to get new kids who don't even know who the fuck he is to look up and go, oh, okay, there's some legends up there. It just makes everything a little more special. Mike Bullard is dead. Oh, my God. He was Canada's Johnny Carson. Canada's Frank, no, it was the other way around. Frank D'Angelo had his own talk show after Mike Bullard, and it barely existed. Let's not even talk about it. I'm sorry I brought up Frank D'Angelo. He's a nightmare. But Mike Bullard, he had his own talk show in like the 90s, maybe the early 2000s. I feel like by the time I was out of college, it was over. And he was a troubled soul. He was harassing his girlfriend. I heard he had like implants. All his teeth were like implants put back in. It was like a crazy painful. So that maybe just was like his Two-Face moment of his face being melted off, was these teeth being put into his head. I think that's what maybe made him go crazy in his older age. But he's passed away now. Apparently from some kind of heart attack or something. We don't know. But everybody in my generation knows Mike Bullard. And hey, it's not easy to have a late night talk show. Okay? In Canada especially. Especially. I wouldn't say he was competing with any of the other big guns down in the States, but he was giving us what we want. And anytime we wanted to see Moxie Fruvis perform on a late night show, we got the chance to see it. Okay? So rest in peace, Mike Bullard. Hopefully those teeth aren't bugging you too much in heaven. Last thing I'll talk about is Russell Brand, because he's a fucking nut. He's an ultra-Christian now. He's selling magical amulets to protect you from Wi-Fi signals. This man has gone full tinfoil hat. Now, I understand Wi-Fi is something to be concerned about. I don't really know how to get away from it. I know there's places in this world that you can go to avoid it completely. But I don't know about this amulet that he's selling, if it really works. Or is he just trying to make some money? He's trying to weasel his way into the Christian community of snake oil selling. You know what I mean? Is he going to be in the tents next doing fucking revivals? Who knows? This guy is a predator. He's a fucking weirdo. He's Mr. Meta. And I just want to be careful before you buy the magical amulet, okay? I don't know if it's going to work. And I wish he would just shut up. Just shut the hell up. Well, that's it, folks. That is the update that you get. I'm going to try and do one at the end of the month, do like a Halloween special. Hopefully I can turn this smile upside down and start to frown my way to freedom. Till next time. God bless. Seafood Guy.